Look, I need to be brutally honest with you today because what I'm about to share might completely change how you think about your Faceless YouTube channel. If you've been grinding away, posting consistently, doing everything the gurus told you to do, and your channel is still stuck, this video is going to explain exactly why that's happening and what you actually need to do about it. Let's start with a hard truth. Most faceless channel advice floating around YouTube right now is outdated. Not slightly outdated, not a little bit behind the times, but fundamentally disconnected from how the platform actually works. And creators who are following that old playbook are paying the price with flat analytics, zero momentum, and the creeping feeling that maybe this just isn't working for them. But here's the thing, it's not you, it's the strategy. So before we dive in, I want you to drop a comment right now. Just tell me how long you've been running your Faceless channel, whether it's 3 weeks or 3 years. I genuinely want to know, because what I'm about to break down hits differently depending on where you are in your journey. All right, let's get into it. The single biggest reason your Faceless channel isn't growing right now has nothing to do with your niche, your upload frequency, or even your video quality. Those things matter, sure, but they're not the root cause. The real reason is something I call audience signal mismatch. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Here's what that means. YouTube's algorithm is not primarily a discovery engine anymore. It has evolved into a satisfaction engine. It's not just asking whether someone clicked on your video. It is obsessively measuring whether that viewer got what they came for, stayed for the whole thing, and came back for more. The algorithm wants to predict viewer satisfaction before it even recommends your content, and it's using incredibly sophisticated behavioral data to do that. So when your thumbnails and titles promise one thing and your actual content delivers something slightly different, even subtly different, YouTube notices. Viewers bounce early. Watch time drops. The algorithm pulls back on distribution, and you're left wondering why your perfectly optimized video got 47 views. This is the audience signal mismatch problem, and it is absolutely killing faceless channels that should be thriving right now. Let me give you the fix, because understanding the problem without a solution is just frustration. The creators who are absolutely crushing it with faceless channels right now are the ones who have mastered what I call the promise and the proof loop. Every single video they make starts by making a crystal clear promise to the viewer, and then the entire video is structured as the proof that they can deliver on that promise. Every section, every segment, every example is pulling the viewer forward toward the payoff they signed up for when they clicked. This sounds simple, but most creators do the opposite. They front load the video with context, backstory, and setup that the viewer never asked for. They bury the value deep in the middle. They meander, and the algorithm punishes every second of that meandering with a viewer clicking away. Let me show you exactly how to fix this in your own content. Step 1 is what I call the contract hook. Your first 30 seconds needs to do one specific thing. They need to make a viewer feel like they would be making a mistake by leaving. Not by being clickbaity, not by being manipulative, but by being so precisely targeted to their exact pain point that they feel genuinely seen. If you're making content for people who want passive income through YouTube but don't want to show their face, Your hook needs to speak directly to that frustration that they are feeling right now, today, and in this moment. Step 2 is structured value delivery. Stop thinking about your video as one long piece of content. Start thinking about it as a series of small payoffs stacked on top of each other. Every 2 to 3 minutes, your viewers should feel like they just learned something genuinely useful. This keeps satisfaction signals high throughout the video, not just at the end. Step 3 is what the top faceless creators are doing that almost nobody talks about, and that is building what I call viewer identity. When someone watches your channel, they should feel like they are a specific type of person. Your content should make them feel like they belong to a group of smart, motivated, and forward-thinking creators who are doing things differently. That identity becomes a magnetic force that pulls people back to your channel again and again, independent of any individual video's topic. Now, I want to talk about something that separates the channels stuck at a few hundred subscribers from the channels hitting tens of thousands and beyond, because there is a mindset gap here that is real and significant. Most struggling faceless creators are thinking about content. Successful faceless creators are thinking about audiences. There is a massive difference between those two orientations. When you think about content, you ask yourself, what should I make next? But when you think about audiences, you ask yourself, what does my specific viewer need to hear right now? And what problem are they lying awake thinking about? And how can I be the channel that actually solves that for them? This shift in perspective changes everything about how you title your videos, structure your scripts, design your thumbnails, and even how you decide what topics to cover. It takes you out of the creator's seat and puts you in the viewer's seat, and that's exactly where YouTube algorithm wants you to be. Now here's where I want to bring in something that has genuinely helped thousands of faceless creators break through this plateau. If you're serious about building a faceless YouTube channel, especially if you're someone who identifies as more introverted, someone who wants to build something real but doesn't want to put their face on camera and perform for the world, then there is a free community built specifically for you. It's full of people on the exact same journey, sharing strategies, getting feedback, and holding each other accountable through the hard parts. You'll find the link to that free community down in the description, and I genuinely encourage you to check it out because the people in there are doing this for real. And if you want to go deeper on the actual business side of building a faceless YouTube channel from scratch, I have to mention Matt Parr. If you don't know Matt Parr, he is one of the most credible and results-driven experts in this specific space. He built multiple faceless channels across different niches and figured out what actually works at scale, not in theory, but in practice. The information and resources connected to his work are linked in the description as well. And if you're serious about this, it is worth your time. Okay, let's come back to the growth strategy because we're not done. I want to address something that I see trip up faceless creators specifically, and it has to do with consistency misunderstood. You've probably heard that consistency is key on YouTube. That's true, but here's what nobody tells you. Consistency of quality and consistency of identity matter infinitely more than consistency of upload schedule. Posting 3 videos a week that are scattered, unfocused, and misaligned with your channel identity is actively hurting your growth. YouTube sees mixed signals. Viewers see mixed signals. The algorithm backs off. One video a week that is deeply aligned with your channel's core identity, that speaks directly to your specific viewer, and that delivers genuine value from the first second to the last, that is going to outperform 3 mediocre uploads every single time. The faceless channels that are growing the fastest right now are leaning hard into specificity. They are not trying to be everything to everyone. They've picked a lane, they've planted a flag, and every piece of content they create reinforces their position in that lane. Viewers know exactly what they're getting when they click. The algorithm knows exactly who to recommend the content to, and the growth compounds over time instead of stalling out. Here's your action plan coming out of this video. Number 1, go back and audit your last 10 videos. Look for the promise and proof gap. Are you delivering what your title and thumbnail promise completely and quickly? And number 2, rewrite your channel description through the lens of viewer identity. Who is your channel for and why should they care? Number 3, join that free community in the description and connect with other creators who are figuring this out in real time, alongside you. Growth on YouTube is absolutely available to faceless creators. The platform is not working against you, but you need to be speaking the right language to both your viewers and the algorithm simultaneously. The gap between struggling and thriving is smaller than you think. It is mostly a strategy gap, and now you know how to close it.